We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. Cape Town will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone.
Cape Town is open, safe and ready to host you.
Welcome to a windy morning in Cape Town where we line up for these men over 40 clash between Malaysia and Germany. Teams are making their way out to the middle now. We'll have anthems and get going shortly. there you have it, some lovely renditions of the anthems there. Just a look at the pool standings at the moment in this men's over 40 Pool C. Germany well on top, having played 2 and won 2. Malaysia chasing there by 3 points. Just a 1 win for them. A 2-1 win over Kenya. They've had a day break to reset, regather themselves, assess the tactics, and prepare for this massive clash against Germany. Germany yesterday, we saw a really well-oiled side. Happy to play in different structures. They hold the ball well. They know exactly what they want to do. They've been playing together for a while. Speaking to the captain, Philippe Renfer, he said that the team has had many training sessions over the last year. They really do get along well, and he said that the highlight of their prep was definitely their camp in France. Let's see what they're going to have in store for Malaysia today. We're almost about to get underway here in Cape Town on day 3 of this Masters World Cup in the men's over 40 category. Germany playing in black and white from right to left on your screens. Malaysia in the traditional yellow playing from left to right. Malaysia get us underway. Germany straight into a high press. We've seen a lot of that over the last few days. They love to put their opposition under a lot of pressure. They love to just kill all the passing lanes. We've seen no different here this morning. This being the B2F at Hartleyvale, does get a little bit sticky at times, especially when it dries out a bit with this wind. We'll probably see it drying out towards the end of the third quarter, and passes get a little bit more tricky. The injections certainly are harder to get out. Let's see how that will affect the game. Germany, this is where they're so strong. They really are just comfortable in moving the ball around the back. They wait for the opposition press to shift. They find those gaps, and that's where they look to expose. They love playing in this back 5 shape you see at the moment. They'll have 3 almost central defenders with 2 higher, what we call wing links, up in the field. It just gives them an extra option to find the outside, and you'll see now with those 2 fetchers in the midfield, they're looking to just get the ball in, pull the press in a little bit, condense the Malaysian midfield, and then exploit the space around the outside. Another positive with this shape obviously is you get the width, and it also provides you with a lot of counter security with that central defender. But now Germany move the ball all the way up the left hand side. Goes into the circle, it falls kindly for them. Shot comes in, and it's a goal! The number 5 for Germany of Thorsten Hillman opens the scoring account here early in the first quarter, just 2 minutes into the game, the first real de-entry of the game. And Hillman makes no mistake with that one. Carrying the ball towards the baseline, his angle's getting tighter as he moves. A lovely diving backstick, and it smashes into the sideboard. Germany take the lead. Malaysia really just caught lacking there. They were a little bit behind on that press. Ball went all the way through to the D, and you give Germany half a chance here, they will score. Malaysia's turn now, carrying the ball up. Couple of big stick tackles coming in there. It will be a German restart. Captain Renfrew there. Be happy with that start to the game. They really took a while yesterday against Singapore to get going. Obviously that being their second game of the tournament rather. They were goalless all the way through the first quarter. And the floodgates only opened really in the third and fourth. You see a rare mistake there from the Germans. Will give Malaysia a sigh of relief, as they really are under the pump at the moment. Malaysians setting up with this wide back four. Once again, it will give them a lot of go forward off the outside halves, as we see there, but the problem with that is that they've got no one in the middle of the field in case of that counter-attack. You see right now, unfortunately for Malaysia, they turn it over, but now they've got some numbers on this right-hand channel. A bit of a slip there from the number 19. Germans now done well to move it across to the far side of the field. Picked up well by Malaysia. Clever play from them, just in the corner, realizing they're under pressure, just pop it on the foot, reset, get their numbers in the right places, push that German press further back. Malaysia now moving the ball up the right hand side. Thinks about the long handle, but opts against it. Got to win the free hit here, does the number 5. Diva. Marazi sends it out. Once again, really wide back four here from Malaysia. Germans happy to just sit in this three-quarter press, wait for the Malaysians to come to them. What that does is it obviously condenses the space that they have to defend. It's less legwork, but it also allows them a little bit more space to counter into. We've seen how dangerous they can be on this counter-attack. 55 now of Nagel, moves it forward. Through Froning. Great ball all the way out to the right-hand side for Froning. One-time pass. Germany now into the 23, down the left-hand side. Through the T-point, they've been so clinical from here. Can they get anything out? Well defended from the number 18 there, Shamangam from Malaysia. And does really well to put that on the foot. Once again, a rare mistake there from Germany. They've been so clinical as soon as they get into that left-hand T-point. They're normally so quick to put on a foot, win themselves a short corner. Umpire's just making sure the ball's placed in the correct place. Will be a 16. Look for a bit of a simple pass there, but didn't go to stick. Nagel now on the ball for Germany. You can see the wind just blowing the ball off the line there. There's a really strong wind blowing here in Cape Town today. As the ball comes into the circle, man on far post. And just couldn't get a hold of that one. Flies past the upright. Wind's blowing sort of towards you at the moment. This definitely has a big effect on the pitch next door in terms of overheads. It's been a massive part of the Masters game thus far in the tournament. So we'll see how it'll play out here today. Malaysia in trouble, looking for something. They win the free hit. There we go. As I say, there's that first aerial of the game. That's thrown downwind. Just took a real quick bounce, almost skidded on to this number 19. Germans once again. Up the right they go. Got to play inside. Good interception. Just deemed a bit of a backstick, but in that sort of area, you're happy to break the play down. Just get your defensive shape set up again. And slow down this relentless attack from the Germans. But as we see, big ball into the circle. Trapped. Shot comes in from Roloff. And jabbed away from the number 18. Oshamugam from Malaysia. Really well defended there. There's now Malaysia move up the left. Again, we saw this yesterday with Singapore as well. They get the ball to the outside halves, but just can't get anywhere else from there. The German press really shifts well across. Closes down the options. But as I say that, Germany now into the edge of the circle. And once again, Malaysia defense holds strong. Up the right now. Go Malaysia. Falls kindly for them. And they'll win the free hit now. Just high inside their opposition half. Almost the first time the Malaysians have really been into this high transfer shape. Haven't seen much of the captain of Jiwa Mohan from Malaysia. Looks like one of the dangerous players in the side. They've just got to try and get him on the ball more. At the moment it's just one-way attack, finding the way up the line and looking for that pass. Number 55 of Michael Nagel taking one on the toe there. Not too happy with that. But Malaysia now in this high transfer shape, what can they do? Again, moving the ball up the line. They've got a player forward. They find him. And just running under his stick there. And it will be a 16. Once again, German defense does not falter. Yet to concede a goal in this tournament of Germany. I think they've probably had less than 10 shots on goal over the 2 games that they've played so far. Only conceding the 4 penalty corners yesterday to Singapore. As now Malaysia look to build up through their captain of Mohan. Got to get him more on the ball, play more into the middle of the field. The Germans are so strong in defending the outside flanks. But here we go. Into the 23 go Malaysia. Into the circle. And that one just finding a foot. That's better from Malaysia. As soon as they get that pass off the sideline back into the middle of the park, that's where they're going to find success. Germans now. Once again with a change of shape. See now they'll have really aggressive outside halves. And that's exactly what I was talking about. They're going to get go forward off them. And this is where the maturity and the experience of the Germans comes in. They're so happy to take the ball out, find a different passing angle. They don't force anything through the deep. It's so clinical. And as we see now, onto this left baseline. Chips it over, looking for his counterpart in Nagel, but doesn't find him. Captain does well there, Renfer. Massive ball into the circle, takes a touch, falls kindly for the Germans, and it is another goal for Uwe Barsch, the second of the day for the Germans. A lovely ball into the circle, well worked all the way across to the left-hand side of the field. A one-time slap into the circle, took a deflection off the keeper, and Barsch made no mistake in putting that into the top of the net. Germany go 2-0 up in the first quarter. So see a replay coming up there. This was the real magic pass. A fake slap across the field, a one-time deflection off the keeper, and a brilliant finish from Barsch. Germany really can be happy with that one. A well-executed team goal. They are just in a different league at the moment, all the Germans. Oved comes in, takes a bobble, and just hits the Malaysian player on the thigh there. Germany will come away with it. Massive aerial gets thrown. There's a man up there. He gets to it. Well kept in. Germany now into the D through this left-hand side. We've seen how dangerous they can be from here. The number 5 of Hillman. Already a one-time goal scorer in this game. Just couldn't get that shot off. He won't be too happy with that, I don't think. You've seen how good he can be from the edge of the circle. He loves to be in those scoring zones. He loves to get into scoring positions, but just couldn't get there this time. Just 20 seconds left on the clock here. Malaysia send it up the field. Hoping for a breather. Getting the Germans to go fetch the ball. Malaysian players set their defensive structures. We're just a few seconds left on the clock. Germans happy to just move the ball around. And that brings us to the end of this first quarter, where it's been all Germany. Germany lead 2-0, courtesy of a lovely finish from Thorsten Hillman and Uwe Barsch. It's been one-way traffic so far. Don't go anywhere. We've got some more action-packed hockey coming up after the break. Welcome back to the second quarter here in this men's over 40 clash between Germany and Malaysia. Germany are really in a class of their own today. They've shown how dangerous they can be. Just the 3D entries, 2 goals coming from it. That just shows their patience. They're really happy to just sit back, wait for Malaysia to come to them, find that mistake, and then capitalize on it. Malaysia now just moving the ball around. As I said, Germans just happy to sit in this three-quarter press, but as soon as they play that ball to the outside half, that triggers the step forward for the Germans. And they look to cut the passing option back out, keep the Malaysians in the single channel. And now the captain of Mohan, playmaker for Malaysia, sends it out. Hillman presses. Round they go. Bit bumpy. Test your mate there. Malaysia just got to get some movement in the midfield here. They haven't got many options coming forward. This German press is quite tight, with a almost man-mark the players in the midfield. They've got to look to access their captain, Mohan. I don't think he's received a single ball off one of the centre-backs. And that'll be the difference in the game if they can find him. Here we go, long aerial comes over. Once again, well intercepted by the Germans. Germany up the right hand side. Malaysian press floods back. Lurch, great ball into the 23. Takes him on down the left hand baseline is the Germans, looking for a short corner, has the advantage. Shot comes in, great save, and bit of confusion, but play on is the call, and it will be a Malaysian restart. Germany there just using up their penalty corner advantage. Maybe didn't see the umpire with his hand up. They've got a really strong battery, this German side. As now Malaysia look to throw out of trouble. Germany though straight back on the attack. They've got players in the circle. There it fires in. Takes a deflection. Oh my word, what a goal that was. On the counter attack, it looks to be the number 55 of Michael Nachel for Germany. It is two. On the counter attack, Germany sends it out to the right hand corner. Player looks up, assesses the options in the D. Nachel is there. He gets in front of his defender and a lovely open slap into the net. So we see a replay coming up now. That's on the counter attack, just turned the ball over, and a beautiful step from Nachel and a great finish. Germany up by 3. Germany really are just finding their straps in this tournament. They started off with a 5-0 win against the Alliance side. Probably not too happy with that result. The Alliance side not even getting a single circle entry in that game. And the Germans just on top, really. It's been great to watch their game so far in this tournament. They're a well-oiled machine. Everyone's on the same page. They know exactly what they're trying to do, where they're trying to go. As Malaysia now looking to take the free hit quickly, but it is the number 18 of Henschke who does well to get the ball onto the far side of the field. Dispossessed is the captain, Philippe. A rare mistake from him. It's been so solid over the tournament, really just marshals the midfield. As now Malaysia on the edge of the circle. Can they get anything out here? They've only got 3 players to the German 5. They find a foot, look to take this quickly, will Malaysia. That's got to be their game now. Obviously, Germany just super composed, on top of the Malaysians in terms of the press. Malaysia got to play on the counter attack, wait for the mistake, and flood numbers forward there. Already 3-0 down here early in the second quarter. They got to get something going forward. And this build-up play is probably not the best answer, but we see the captain, Mohan, winning a free hit, sent it out to the far side of the field, but they bring it back. Mohan, once again, sends it out. This German press just creeping higher and higher, smothering these Malaysians. Once again, picked up by Germany. Now, they go on the attack. Careless pass there from the goal scorer in Barsh. Was the right play, but he gets away with it. Finds a foot. Pungo on the ball. Sends it out to the left-hand side. Nothing on. They should come back out here. They do so. Well worked out once again. Lurch out to the right. You've seen how they can be so deadly from this area in the field of the Germans. Hit comes in. Just out of reach for the captain of Renfer. Some Malaysians just walk to take this ball. As I said earlier, it's tough playing one of these biggest hockey nations in the world. Malaysia are definitely a building nation at the moment, hosting the Sultan of Johor Cup in terms of all the under 18 and under 21 teams. So hockey is definitely a building culture in Malaysia. As we see now, Malaysia not really looking forward here. They're just happy to move the ball around the back, almost just waiting for the Germans, and it's exactly what the Germans want. An unforced error, a wayward pass. That's careless from Malaysia, but they'll pay for that. As Germany enter through the circle, they've got a man in there, and free it out is awarded. You've seen how dangerous these Germans are. As soon as they get a sniff of the D, big aerial into the midfield. That's better from Malaysia. And there we go. As I said that, Malaysia into the circle from the left-hand side, looking for something, and a hit out is awarded for danger. So unfortunate there. That was a great scoring opportunity for Malaysia. They really look good. First time they've played a ball into the midfield and they get that outcome. As I said before, that's got to be the game plan for Malaysia here. Get the ball into the midfield, get the ball to their captain, and distribute from there. Germany are just too strong around the flanks. As the Germans now once again in this back 5 shape, happy to just move the ball. They've gone for more of a single pivot fetcher, so you'll see 1 deeper player and 2 higher fetchers. What that means is they'll look to be slapping the ball through the lines here and find those higher players. Mistrap. German keeper comes out, uses his stick. Keepers are allowed all the way up to the 23. Obviously not being able to use their feet outside the circle, but stick is allowed. And once again a nice little touch there from Roloff under his shoulder, but just couldn't get a hold of it. Was number 5 with Hillman. See the captain now, Mohan, for Malaysia has moved into their sort of back line, which is not really what they want. They want him more in the middle of the field. They want him distributing, and exactly that, for that reason. He's their playmaker, he's their biggest player, but you can't distribute from so deep in the field. You almost isolate your forwards if you're throwing that far over. Germans. Now up the right hand side. They'll look to play this ball in field. Clever to win the free hit there. One-time slap from the number 9 of Veervaart. Out it goes. Again, it's just a great transfer. That's their centre back that just received the ball now on the right flanks. They're so calm, so collected, and the way they manipulate their shape, it's very tricky to press, and it's showing here from the Malaysians. Once again, centre back on the ball. Big ball across the circle, no one's there. Interesting style now we're seeing from the Germans. They clearly have a directive, get the ball into that right hand zone of the field and pump it across. Some we see Great Britain implement a lot of at the World Cup recent Olympics as well. A very direct style of hockey. As soon as they get the ball into the 23, they've got players in that zone and they get it in to that 9-yard area. And there we go. Once again, big aerial thrown from the captain, Mohan, but it's getting a bit predictable now. The Germans are reading it well. Veervaart up the line. Barsh sends it further. And a short corner is awarded for a harsh stick tackle outside the circle. It will be the first one of the game for the Germans. We've seen they've got a really strong short corner unit, do the Germans. They love their variation. They love that slider all the way onto the right post where they've got a deflection runner running in. Yesterday we saw of Jorg Sneller. He had a great goal from a short corner. Also won a stroke of the same sort of variation. Let's see what's in store for us from the top of the D. Double castle set up once again with the number 50 of Roloff at the top of the circle. It goes to Roloff. Flick comes in, high and right. A beautiful flick from Roloff. It's been waiting. He had about 4 or 5 flicks yesterday, just couldn't get them clean off. But he makes no mistake there. Philip Roloff with the 4th goal of the game. Germany struggled a bit to get that 4th goal, but they eventually found it through a lovely flick there from Roloff. See a replay coming up. He sees where the space is. He opens that face, flicks around the first wave run, and the postman's got no chance there. A great finish from Roloff. Germany once again on the attack. They'll look to move this ball all the way across to the left-hand side. They go to the right. They've got runners in the circle. Let's see if they're going to keep this direct style of play. Unfortunately dispossessed by Malaysia in that bottom corner, but Malaysians in trouble. They do well to outlet there. This is where they should be good, playing on the counter-attack. They've got to flood numbers forward here. Just 1 minute left in this first half. Germany will look to get another circle entry here, and that's a great ball to space. With number 5 of Hillman for Germany, he's really a dangerous player. He just lurks in that D, and he's a really intelligent striker. He knows where to be, he knows where the ball's going to be, and he always finds himself in those brilliant positions. Here we go. Once again, big ball across the circle, takes a deflection. Goal scorer roll off there. Often finds himself on that right hand side of the circle. Out to the right they go. Pops it in. Ball across the face of goal. Falls kindly for them, but great save from the Malaysian keeper as they carry to safety with just seconds left on the clock. That'll bring us to the end of the first half here. It is one-way traffic. Germany leading 4-0. It's really a different class at the moment. Malaysians struggling to get any outlet and get anything going forward. I said they've got to get the ball more into their midfield, find their captain. Mohani is a playmaker for them, and then they'll get more go forward. But for now, it is all Germany. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you for more hockey action after the break.
Masters hockey players want to get selected and perform in national and international tournaments? My name is Lauren Penny, international hockey player and coach. And over the last 10 years, I've helped close to 1,000 hockey players to do just that. And now, I want to help you. So I've put together a free training video called The 4 Ways to Modernize Your Game, available at themodernhockeyplayer.com. Inside the video, you're going to discover how to stay competitive, confident and injury-free as you get older, so that you get selected and excel in national and international masters teams. Get instant access at themodernhockeyplayer.com.
Welcome back to the second half in this men's over 40 Pool C clash between Malaysia and Germany. It's been one-way traffic really at the moment. Germany just in a class of their own. Malaysia are looking dangerous on the counter-attack though. If they can string something together, play the midfield, they could have a few questions to ask Germany here. You see their captain once again, Mohan, moving into their back line. You've got to get him inside the press, inside the German lines to distribute from, because at the moment he's not really impacting the game. As Malaysia just move the ball once again. Just better from them, a lot more composed. Commentators curse, of course, as it rolls over the sideline. Germany now send it out in this familiar back five shape. They've got options wide, they've got options in the midfield. You'll see them really move and shift around what looks like a back five, can look like a back four, and this is what they're doing right here. This is one of their centre backs on the ball, all the way on the right hand side. As now they find a lot of space in the midfield. Poorly marked is Germany in that aspect, but Malaysia clear for their safety. Can't let German players receive like a ball like that in the midfield and have time to distribute and find space in the circle, especially the likes of Philippe Veervaart. He's one of their dangerous players at the back. He's really good at distributing, sees the space well. Roloff winning the free hit for his side there. Into the 23 they go. Ball comes across the circle, takes a deflection. It will be a long corner. Germany move at 5. Directly into the circle. Looking for a short corner and they find one. Lovely work from the number 21 there of Uwe Barsch. Just seeing the ball bobbling. Tucks it back onto the Malaysian foot. Not trying to win the ball, but just trying to win that short corner. Great work from him. We've seen a brilliant flick from Roloff in their first short corner of the game. This is it being their second. It is none other than Philippe Roloff at the top of the D. Will we see a variation? Will we see another straight flick? David Lurch on the injection. Goes to Roloff. Once again, flicks, goes left this time. And takes a deflection off the first wave runner. That's brave running there from Malaysia. Make sure they're getting out. But they're still under attack here. And a rare mistake once again by Hillman. Malaysian defender limps. Just walking it off there. Malaysia once again up the sideline, finding himself in some trouble. Did well to win the free hit. They got to get the ball back into the midfield though. This is better from Malaysia. Winning the free hits high up the field. Just pushing that German press line further and further back. And now they trigger. They step through. Lots of pressure on the Malaysians and they cough it up in the midfield. Here we go. Once again, the men in black on the attack. Out to the right hand side. Brilliant piece of work from them. The number 22 of Lurch sends it forward. A big tackle on the German there. Looks like to be the number 5 of Hillman. As I said, he always pops up in these high areas. He's a great striker, knows where to be, knows where the ball's going to go next. Crucial play in their build-up is the number 5 of Hillman. Malaysia, once again, on the build-up. We get the ball into the midfield here. Can they find their captain, Mohan? They have to send it up. The ball picked up by the Germans as they go again down the middle through the captain. Malaysia just winning that free hit there. They're doing well to just collapse on these high-lying strikers. As soon as they receive the ball, they really are putting them under a lot of pressure. And now they're moving the ball out to the right-hand side. Unforced error there from Malaysia. Once again, just playing into the German press at the moment on Malaysians. Keeping the ball on the outside of the field. It's really easy to defend. And now Germany is struggling to get those passes. Their coach Thorsten Bartel will not be happy with that at the moment. But there's the captain once again for Malaysia on the ball, winning them side a free hit. Out to the right they go. Can they find a ball into the midfield? They can't. And they cough up possession once again. On the outside do Malaysia. It's getting scrappy at the moment. Both sides just not being able to complete a good set of passes. Germany will look to just get in possession a bit. They haven't held a lot of the possession in this quarter. It's been lots of short bursts of attack, but no real threatening passages of high transfers. Now the Germans send it out to the right-hand side. Great ball into the midfield. That's exactly what Malaysia need to look to do. Once they've got the ball in the outside flanks, they've got to get it into the middle. Didn't work out there for Germany. Number 18 put under a lot of pressure there. Tobias Hensch. As Malaysia now once again reset round the back. Mohan sitting really deep, almost sitting in front of that German press line, looking to distribute while not being pressed. But problem with that is you separate yourself so much from the rest of the team, from the midfielders and the forwards. But a bobbling ball works out here for Malaysia now as they find themselves in some space down this left hand side of the field. Tucks onto his back stick, he tucks in, wins a free hit. They'll look to take this quickly, will Malaysia. Coach killer that really. Just beating the player. And you tuck him back inside to try and beat him again. And I'd say probably 8 times out of 10 you don't get through. as we saw there, was one of the 8. And now Germany, Roloff, decides again sending it up, and it's just great play from the Germans. Realizing they haven't got numbers forward, they'd rather set up, build a couple of phases of possession, which they haven't really been doing in this quarter. And we see with just 2 more passes, they find themselves in the circle, and a stroke is awarded. Umpire took a while to make that decision. I thought a stroke was loading. A massive tackle on the baseline. A stroke is awarded. An intentional offense inside the circle, and the first one of the game. So that's 2 strokes in 2 games from the Germans. We saw Christian Zager, number 52, come onto the field in the last game, and he steps up again. Once again does Zager. Previous game he went high and left. Keeper got a touch to it. Let's see where's Zager going this time. Same place for Zager, and it is a double for him. A great execution of a penalty stroke there. He loves going left, and he loves scoring. In terms of what the rules are, so when a stroke is awarded, time is stopped. You are allowed to make a substitution. So Zager was on the bench, came on, and takes Germans' lead to 5. First goal in the 3rd quarter here for the Germans. It took them a while, it took them a whole 10 minutes, and it resulted in the first real patch of high possession. Started when Roloff saw they were on the counter, didn't have numbers forward, and just opted to build a few phases. That's where the Germans are so strong, and that's where they'll score so many goals. Malaysia once again carrying it down the outside of the field. Can they get something going in the midfield? They finally do, but no one's there. It is the captain of Philippe Renfer, who once again steps up. Here they go through Hillman, back out, all the way to Ubarsh. Once again, down the left-hand side go Germany. Roloff decides against the ball into the circle. There's players in, but well managed by the Malaysians as they now have some space. This is where they want to play to the Malaysians. And just an unforced error there from Marimutu. Rilach. Ball into the circle. And mistrapped. Difficult there on his backstick. But from his reaction, it looks like he expected to stop that one. By just making sure 16's been taken in the right place. Now Germany with the full court press, intercepted by the captain Renfer. Malaysia once again building up from the flanks. You're not going to beat this team with individual skills. Got to find that pass, got to find the connections, got to manipulate the German press, get into the midfield and distribute from there. At the moment the Malaysians just going one player at a time, attempting to break through the lines. Unfortunately this German unit is just a different beast. Looking for that long ball were the Germans, but couldn't find it. Malaysia now with the ball into the midfield. Finally, they get something in there. And here we go on the attack, and just lifts it above the knee. It will be dangerous. It's exactly what they need to do. They get the ball into the outside flanks. They've got to have someone on the inside. And as soon as we see that, we see a 23 entry. But now, this German side, once again, on the attack. Malaysia really sucking out their press, sitting deep in the half court. What that does is it just condenses the area that you have to defend. They're trying to eliminate this dangerous German midfield, but Germany are so strong. You hold the outsides, they'll play through you. You hold the insides, they'll go around. As we see here, through the middle they go. It's that number 5 of Hillman, who made a beautiful lead all the way from inside the circle. And he's just received it again as Hillman plays it across the circle, and a big hit out is awarded. It looks like we just landed awkwardly there. One of the German players. Nothing more than just a hockey incident. I must say, this Hillman is really a danger for this German side. He's always in the right place. He's always making those leads, and he was almost the only reason for that attack. He posted up from deep inside the circle, received the ball, laid it off to his other midfielder, did the hard yards to get across to the right hand side of the park, and sent it across the circle. But here we go, once again Malaysia on the build up. Just seconds left in this quarter. The Germans look to press and attempt to turn something over. Malaysia got to get numbers forward. They throw an overhead across the field. This being downwind, it's going to be quick. Well picked up though. Fires a ball into the 23. They go. They've got numbers forward. Running out of time here though are the Malaysians. Carried. Slaps the ball in. Well picked up by Germany, and they clear for the lines. Malaysia just with the 3 circle entries this game. They're doing well here to find themselves in a bit of high possession. Ball into the midfield now. Carries it back out. Through the German press they go. Very good from Malaysia. That is the best hockey we've seen from them today. And unfortunately just dispossessed by this German defense. They really are something else. And a really wayward pass there from the number 38 of Froning, as he puts his hand up in apology. Worst in for a striker. You've seen you do all that hard work, do the legwork, make that lead, and then a wayward slap. But that brings us to the end of the third quarter here, where Germany lead 5-0. It's been a great showing from them. They'll be working on getting these few goals, holding a few, more possession in higher zones, because that's where they're so dangerous and that's when they score so many goals. Let's see what they have in store for us after the break. Now Germany once again on the attack down the right hand side. There's nothing really going forward, but great little tackle there from Malaysia as they now look to counter down the middle. And unfortunately don't get anything out there. Germany once again in this high possession, high build up. Out to the right they go. They've got players making big leads, but opt against forcing it that time. This is better from Germany. Just looking, waiting for the passing lanes to open, waiting for that obvious ball. And there it is. Roloff has done well to get to T-point, but he's just getting a bit stuck there. He's bringing his marker with him. He's got to move away and almost lead into that space as soon as his outside half gets the ball, because that's when he'll have that meter or two separation. It's exactly what the Germans want. As they now looking for a touch. Takes a couple of deflections. It bobbles up. It is dangerous, but call goes the way of Germany. Just outside the 23, the number 9 now of de Waard. Steps off and out to the right hand side they go. Rare mistake from Germany, just passing to no one really. Looks like the strikers there just made a different lead. Number 78 of Johannes Rullig. Now Germans stepping all the way up. It will be Mohan on the ball. He'll look to throw an overhead here. He does so. Beats a few players, but well managed by the number 22 of David Lurch. As the Germans now up the left hand side. Opt against forcing it there. Brilliant ball. And now we're going down the right. They've got a man on T-point. Can they find him? They do. A little bit of individual skills. Beats one. Ball comes across the circle. And Roloff with the hat-trick. A brilliant team goal. Finding the space on the right-hand side. A lovely dink over a stick on T-point. And finds that Roloff sprinting in from the far side of the circle. And that's the separation that we were talking about. And he neatly tucks it into the back of the net. Philippe Roloff with the third for himself today. Germany 7 up. See a replay coming in. This was a brilliant piece of skills. Pops it over the stick, carries it in, and Roloff with an absolute bang of a finish. Germany can be really proud of that one. Great team goal. Malaysia couldn't do much with that. And here we go. Once again, Germany dispossessed Malaysia on the outside of the field. But a double turnover. Sloppy from Germany. Malaysia did well there. Ball played over. Won by Germany. And just on a foot there, unfortunately, on the attack. So it will be a Malaysian restart. As they look to send it back round to their captain, Mohan. And again, just forcing the ball there are the Malaysians. They've got to get Mohan in the midfield and get the ball to him, really. That's going to be their biggest play. See some fresh legs coming on for Malaysia. And Mohan sends it out to the left hand side. Lovely little touch inside up the line for the number 9 now. but just runs out of space. Germany looking to attack down the middle. Dispossessed. And now Malaysia with a chance down the right-hand side. A brilliant ball. Finds the high-lying striker. Into the circle they go. Oh, but it's class. It's class from the number 22 of David Lurch for Germany. Just tucks it up neatly from underneath the Malaysians' eyes. And now Germany on the attack down the right hand side, looking for that one-time hit. It gets through a few lines, but doesn't reach that number 27 of Rami Eid Sabah. Malaysia taking their time here to set up. Just 5 minutes left on the clock. I'm sure the legs are feeling it. It's been a hard run out for them. They've done well. Have definitely had some attacking phases. There definitely are some questions of this German defense, but as I've said many times today, the Germans are just in a league of their own at the moment. Shot comes in from the left-hand side of the circle, just past the upright. We've seen him score from there already today. A brilliant little piece of individual skills. They love that zone to score from. Just waiting for the ball to get back once again. Some interesting stats for you, just captured at the recent Olympics. The shot location, so we had from the left hand side of the D where you saw that previous backhand, 9.2% of shots came from that area of the field. I'm sure there's a list of goals from there as well, but it's been a really valuable point in the circle, but a lot of goals mainly come from that P-spot region. 56% of the goals coming from P-spot, looking for those deflections. So mainly the shots that come from the left, they wing past that far post, and that's where you've got to have those guys coming in, looking for that deflection, looking for that tip in. Malaysia once again send it out to the left hand side. Big aerial takes a mistrap, falls kindly for Malaysia. They've got even numbers here. Ball across to the circle, they go, tries to skill the keeper. He's done well, and a stroke is awarded. A stick tackle by the goalkeeper with no one in behind. A stroke is awarded to the Malaysians, the first one of the game in just their 5th circle entry. German keeper did well in the initial save, but then just got caught with a bit of a stick tackle. And Malaysians with a chance to get on the scoreboard here. The Germans obviously yet to concede a goal. They'll be looking to keep their clean sheet for the tournament. The number 1 of Kenny Khaib steps up, and the number 8 for Malaysia, Captain Jiwa Mohan. Where is he going to go? He goes low and to his left, and it is the opener for Malaysia. Mohan, the captain, sends it into the back of the goals, and with just 3 minutes left on the clock, Malaysia pull one back. First goal that the Germans have conceded thus far in the tournament. Great work from Malaysia to get the ball to that penalty stroke. Playing on the counter, they had some players in the midfield, and exactly what we've been asking them to do the whole game. and they make no mistake there. Malaysia, nervy times. The Germans once again on the attack, looking to answer that penalty stroke goal that they've just conceded. A brilliant ball over the top. Shot comes in. There's players on far post. And a goal is scored. It doesn't take a touch. A lovely finish. We said 9% of shots come from there. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. A brilliant goal from the back stick. It looks like it is the number 2. It is 2. Johannes Wolf for Germany with a great finish. Answering that Malaysian goal with a fine back stick from the left-hand side of the D. You see a replay. That was really a great touch. Has the shot. Keeper couldn't save it. There were players waiting for the ball at far post, but he wasn't needed. Germany 8-1 now. Big hit comes across the field, but no one's going to grab a hold of that one. Aerial from the goal scorer. And it really just shows once again this German unit how happy they are to manipulate shapes. That is their left back. This centre back happy to move on to the left shoulder of the circle, win themselves an overhead, and a great finish. Once again, they send it round, not forcing anything with just 10 seconds left on the clock. Ball bobbles into the circle, well managed by Malaysia. Big backstick comes in, but picked up by Germany as they look to find a pass through the mess. Here we go. There's the overhead once again to the goal scorer, Wolf. Can he replicate what he's done before? He doesn't. He just sends that one past the post. And that brings us to the end of this men's over 40s clash between Malaysia and Germany. Malaysia did well, got one on the board, but Germany are just too strong at the moment. 8 goals to them. A lovely win in the bag. The third one for the Germans. They take their points to 9 and separate themselves to way on top of this Pool C. It was a cracking game. Malaysia just couldn't answer the German onslaught. Thank you for joining. It's been great to be with you. Stay tuned for more games coming up next.